From the Weather NorCal Command Center, this is your morning update.
Dennis's Heating and Air Conditioning is Northern California's premier heating and air conditioning contractor. From residential housing, large commercial projects, installation to repair, sheet metal fabrication, and everything in between, we are your go-to heating and air conditioning specialist.
Good morning, everyone. I'm Chief Meteorologist Mike Krueger, and of course, this is your Tuesday morning update. I'm coming to you from my South Lake Tahoe remote studio, if you will. And of course, the reason I'm here is, of course, you can see from the picture there, my son Aiden is in the state championships for snowboarding for the Shasta High School team, and we're very excited. He's a sophomore. He just started last year, and here he is in state championships the second year. So I'm very proud of him. As a parent, you take these moments when you can, because he, of course, was spending a good portion of the day practicing for the big race today for him. It was the skiers yesterday. Today, it will be snowboarders and skiers. So today is going to be his first race. I'm very excited for him. But this is a picture I got to take right before he went off to practice, and I didn't really see him the rest of the day. But I got to tell you, Sierra at Tahoe, I just love it. This is my first experience skiing in Tahoe. Absolutely loved it. It was the best, especially in the morning. Some of the best skiing I've ever experienced. Don't get me wrong, I love Mount Shasta Ski Park, but man, oh man, was it nice out there yesterday. All right, let's get you to the forecast, shall we? Because, you know, we don't want to get into my personal life for the whole forecast. Here we go. Off and on chances for showers and mountain snow this week. Now, next weekend is looking dry and mild, and really as early as Friday. The long-range forecast still looks cold and wet, which we'll get into that a little bit later, and lower snow levels. We've got some cold air that'll be moving in as well. Deeper dive forecast coming up in just a bit. Let's start with your Krueger's Quickcast. There you go, got that out. First of all, I want to start off, there's a winter weather advisory that's been issued by the National Weather Service from 4 a.m. Wednesday, so that's tomorrow, through 4 p.m. Thursday. So basically Wednesday and Thursday is when you're going to run into some of the biggest issues, especially if you have to travel in the higher elevations. So out the door this morning, we are going to see some showers for places along I think the North Coast will see the best chances for that. Trinity County, maybe some of those showers, and especially western and central Siskiyou County. Otherwise, the rest of us should be dry to start off the morning. And any rain we do see is not going to be all that impressive. Now you can see the system that is pushing through. This is going to weaken as it moves over the coastal range, the Trinity Alps, the Marble Mountains, and as it breaks apart, we see less and less rainfall for everybody else. Now, again, it's not going to be a ton of rain. As you can see here, this is just going to kind of push on through. There may be a brief period of some moderate rainfall for parts of the North Coast, but here you can see around mid-morning, most of the showers are out towards Siskiyou, out towards Trinity County, even Modoc County, actually seeing some activity. Now, as we typically see as it makes its way into the valley, yeah, maybe a stray sprinkle for the mid to late morning hours here for some of us in the valley, especially the north end of the valley. But by midday, it's mainly going to be confined in the higher elevations to the north and east of the valley. But we could still see a passing sprinkle or shower here or there. And otherwise, mostly cloudy skies. If you're heading out to the Mount Shasta Ski Park today, of course, no new snow over the last 24 hours, but it is groomed and rider-packed. And of course, the road conditions are looking pretty good. Maybe a few patchy ice spots for the ski park highway, but otherwise shouldn't be too bad. There you can see we're not going to see much more snow. Of course, we do have chances for more showers and snow over the next few days, but it's not going to amount to a whole lot for the ski park. As mentioned, things are looking pretty good. No chain requirements out there here this morning, but that may be changing over the next few days. So we look at the road conditions, and we're starting to see some of those signs as we do go into Wednesday morning, especially off to the north and east, but conditions will get worse through the day on Wednesday and even on Thursday as well. More on that a little bit later, but temperatures today are going to be on the cooler side in the mid-50s, even some upper 50s for the valley. And then, of course, for the mountains, you're talking temperatures in the 40s and low 50s for the coast. And for tonight, another chilly night, but mainly looking at mostly cloudy skies and fairly dry conditions, though. Temperatures in the 30s for most of the higher elevations, upper 30s, low 40s for the valley, and low 40s for the coast. Taking a quick look at your 7-day outlook for the valley, I will be dry by Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and then more wet weather for Monday. By the way, any chances for showers we have this week are going to be light and few and far between. However, what I do need to mention, I'll be mentioning it in the deeper dive forecast, thunderstorms tomorrow is a very good possibility for parts of the valley. All right, let's go and take a look at Siskiyou, Modoc County in the eastern mountains. Also looking at drier conditions. Snow levels on average the next several days, 4,000 feet give or take, but much lower going into early next week, which again, we'll dive into that a little bit deeper here in just a bit. All right, let's go into your deeper dive forecast, shall we? So that's a look at Krueger's Quickcast. Hope you have yourselves a great day. But for those of you that want a little bit more detail, here we go. So again, you can see that system passing through. It's your typical weak storm that is going to weaken as it moves over the coastal range, over the Trinity Alps. It tends to just break the storm apart. So the bulk of the rain with these types of systems tend to be on the coast. And, you know, Trinity County getting kind of some of that, and even parts of Siskiyou County as well. Now, so I was mentioning that chance for thunderstorms. The Storm Prediction Center is putting us in there are basically 5 categories. The darker green all the way through that where it says high for pink. The green where we are, which is typically what we get from the Storm Prediction Center, is just saying that the instability is there. They're seeing the possibility for some thunderstorms developing here, but most likely nothing severe. But it's obviously something worth watching. So we look at Futurecast, and you can see again that system kind of pushing to the east. So around mid-morning, it's mainly over Trinity County, Siskiyou County, and even Modoc County seeing some of that. Then through the morning, we may see a passing sprinkle or light shower, especially for the north end of the valley. But by midday, most of it's gone. You're going to see a few stray sprinkles and light showers here for parts of the mountains, especially north and east of the valley. Now, we will dry things out and keep it, we'll kind of clear things out too here for your Wednesday morning. But look off to the left of your screen there. You've got the next system coming on in, and you can see midday, still not much going on. A little bit of activity to the east, a little bit of activity approaching the coast. That weakens once it does hit the coast. And there's that chance for showers and thunderstorms I was talking about for the valley. And of course, just a few scattered showers here and there for the mountains. Now, it gets a little bit more intense as we go into this tomorrow evening, especially down towards Butte County. But there you can see that could also translate to heavier snow for Wednesday night. This is, again, why we do have that winter weather advisory, simply because it could see some of that heavy snow, which could impact that mountain travel. That will then shift to the south. You'll see a little bit of a spin in there. That's the area of low pressure that's moving down to the south and east. That's Thursday morning, still seeing some of that heavier snow for Plumas County southward. Even midday, we're still seeing snow flurries east of the valley in the eastern mountains here on Thursday. And then again, maybe some scattered showers for parts of the valley, maybe even an isolated thunderstorm, and still seeing snow in the higher elevations. So how much rain can we expect? It's really tricky when you're talking about scattered showers and even scattered thunderstorms, because you know, it could be Chico, it could be Red Bluff that sees the most amount of rainfall. It depends on who sees the thunderstorms and who doesn't. So that's kind of the bottom line. So anywhere from just a few hundredths, if you don't see a thunderstorm, to over a half an inch possibly, if you do get caught under a thunderstorm. And this is through Thursday, by the way. So you can see the coast, not that impressive, right? We're talking a quarter to maybe 3/4, not even close to a half an inch. But off to the east, not much going on there either. Now, this is a different forecast model, taking Thursday into account as well. It does show most of the rain east of the valley. The darker blue is a half an inch. The next shade of blue up there is about 3/4 of an inch. So really, for the coast, for the valley, on average, a quarter of an inch, give or take. Just depends on where you are, and especially for the valley, where you are in relation to those thunderstorms that should they develop. Now, looking at the snow totals, I'm just looking at the raw model data. We're looking at this together. You can see kind of that bullseye off to the east of Butte County. I think that's where we can see some of the heavier snow. Now, you'll notice we're seeing some light accumulation for places like Bernie and Shingletown and Fall River Mills, and that's not out of the question. We're going to be borderline through Thursday. I'd say at points we could drop down to as low as 3,000, 3,500 feet. So that's why places like Shingletown, Bernie could possibly see that. Mount Shasta City, yeah, I mean, it's not out of the question. But again, we're kind of in that borderline of where we're seeing that rain-snow mix. I don't see the potential for any snow, even a mix, for Hayfork or Weaverville. So, that's one of the things these models have a hard time picking up on, is these elevations, because they are so drastic, some of these elevation gains and drops. Same thing for Etna. I don't anticipate any snow up there, but Wairika, yeah, maybe. Okay, you're up at a high enough elevation that could happen. So let's take a look at the longer range. As mentioned, through Friday, off and on chances for showers. By Friday, we're dry. Saturday and Sunday, high pressure will be the dominant feature. It'll be what we call a dirty ridge. It'll still allow some of those clouds to move in. But there's the approaching storm. Now, it depends on which forecast model you look at. This model, it's known as the GFS. It's the American forecast model. It's kind of backing off on the timing. However, by Sunday night, around this time, we're starting to see the European forecast model show showers for the coast. So I'm going to go somewhere between and say around Sunday night, the coast seeing showers, and then eventually pushing on shore and everyone getting in on some of that rain. Now you can see the area of low pressure. So we'll see that area of low pressure shift to the south and east as we go into your Tuesday. Now, as we go into, this is next week, by the way. Next week, Tuesday, it shows an approaching storm system. And again, it depends on which model you look at. So bottom line, I'm expecting drier conditions Friday through Sunday. Then Monday through all of next week, quite honestly, it looks like we've got quite the wet weather pattern moving in. And the Climate Prediction Center is picking up on that. We're really getting these darker shades of green indicating better chances of seeing above normal rainfall. And here you can see, as we look at the lake levels, looking pretty good. We did see a minor drop in the last 24 hours for Lake Oroville, but nothing to be concerned about. And we are inching closer to getting back up to 80% capacity for Shasta Lake. Hey, you know, by the way, we're talking about all this rain. We think about our neighbors to the east, across the nation. Different fire weather alerts are going on out there. In southeastern New Mexico, a good portion of Texas is under a red flag warning. And if you look closely, right there above at the Atlanta, where you see there in eastern Tennessee, there's also a red flag warning there as well. And that's for Tuesday. So this is something that, you know, is not really on our minds right now here in Northern California because we're talking rain, we're talking snow, right? But just kind of think in the back of your minds, especially if you live and have property, you need to make sure that you are doing everything you can to prepare yourself for the upcoming fire season, making sure you got the defensible space, the works. So I just kind of wanted to give you a heads up on that to show you what's going on across the nation here because, yeah, I mean, it's certainly not a good situation for them. It's a wind event that they've got in low humidity, what they're looking at over there. All right, so let's go and take a look at the temperature outlook. Same situation. We've got cooler than normal conditions, a good chance of seeing that. And when we look at the 10-day trend, yeah, we've got a little warm up for Friday and even through the weekend, but then back down to reality with temperatures dropping down to as low as 10 degrees below normal. So it's actually going to be a little unusually cool for March, and this is also why I do anticipate to possibly see some low snow levels. Not for the valley, okay, but you know, maybe down about 2,000 feet. All right, there you can see your wave heights for today. They will be increasing a little bit, and especially as we go into your Wednesday afternoon. So let's take a look at your marine forecast for your Tuesday. There you can see those winds from the southwest at 15 to 20 knots. There's a small craft advisory this morning, but that will be allowed to expire later as we get closer to the afternoon hours. All right, so here's your Trinity County neighborhood forecast. Temperatures today in the upper 40s to low 50s. You've got dry conditions for Friday, Saturday, Sunday, but more wet weather for Monday. Notice the coast here. We've got chances for showers this morning, decreasing through the afternoon. More showers possible on Wednesday, not a lot. Same situation on Thursday. And then looks like Sunday night into Monday, you can see some of that rain again. Up towards the north, Smith River about 53 degrees in Orleans. Taking a look at your Siskiyou County neighborhood forecast. Isolated showers today. Snow levels today even around 4,000 feet. Dropping down to 3,500 feet on Thursday. Dry for Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. And for Modoc County, isolated showers, snow levels around 4,500 feet, dropping down to 3,000 feet by next Monday. Eastern Mountains neighborhood forecast. There you can see 50 for Westwood, 53 degrees in Susanville, 45 in Bernie, and Portola about 51 degrees. And we take a look at your Valley neighborhood forecast to the south, brought to you by Walgamith Painting. Your temperatures in the upper 50s for today. You may see a stray shower, a stray sprinkle, but that will be the extent of it. Chances for showers and even thunderstorms for Wednesday and possibly even Thursday. Otherwise, we're dry for Friday, Saturday, Sunday. And as you spring forward, set those clocks forward 1 hour on Sunday, temperature of low 60s and, of course, dry conditions. Your Valley neighborhood forecast to the north. Look for temperature of 56 degrees for Anderson, 56 degrees for Red Bluff. And as we take a look at your 7-day outlook for Redding, there's that chance. Showers off and on Wednesday, Thursday, dry for Friday through the weekend, More wet weather as we go into Monday. That is your morning update. I'll be back again at noon for your latest forecast. Until then, have a great morning.
Wiggly mouth.
Woggy mouth.
No.
Painting.
Wiggy mouth.
It's Woogie Moth Painting.
It's Wogamoth painting, and yes, we'll paint anything.